Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a market recap of today's session. So first thing we're going to start with is the indexes, the S&P and the NASDAQ. So we're going to start with SPY. SPY again for the second consecutive day pretty much did nothing today. Was a flat session pretty much with not much movement really at all. We had like under a 1% range. Under a 1% range. The S&P closed down 0.16% and it's still there above at close to new all-time highs around 670. Nothing really much to monitor there. We've seen really low volume the last 2 days on the S&P, so interesting, but nothing new and nothing notable there. On the NASDAQ, we saw a slightly bigger range and a decent sized gap down. But we saw that gap down get bought up during the session. We saw right off the open, straight up, fill the gap, go green by a little bit, and then pull back and just do nothing the whole session. So chop pretty much the rest of the session. So yeah, now back-to-back down days for the Qs, but still nothing notable. Lower volume on both of these last 2 days. Nothing really new to add there. Still letting the moving averages catch up, but still in the range. So yeah, nothing new on the NASDAQ. On Korea, the Kospi, this, not gonna lie, doesn't look that good. I mean, it's not really... If it was going to recover harshly, I would have thought it would have recovered a lot quicker and probably reclaimed this 21 EMA or 50 EMA pretty quickly. Like it just been like a 1 or 2 day consolidation and then higher, but it's kind of struggled here. It hasn't really been able to even reclaim the February highs are still, it's still just at that. So I mean, I don't know, not too much strength. And overall, the memory trade has not been that strong, at least the last couple of days. I mean, SNDK had that big bounce, but down on earnings and still not really any real progress on the chart. I mean, nothing crazy bullish to like say here. It doesn't look very good. Couldn't reclaim the 21 day moving average. So yeah, not a big fan of how the Kospi looks right now. But still kind of in no man's land. I don't really want to short it. I don't really want to long it either. I'm just watching and not going to do anything here. The VIX, another day of vol crush, another day of volatility. Dropping. The VIX finished down 4% today after being down yesterday as well. We actually have come down to finally filled that gap on the VIX down from February or July 10th. And it looks likely that this might make new lows or at least undercut under 15, go to like the high 14s. But yeah, nothing really much to say here either. I mean, just lower highs here. I mean, no real sign that you want to see that there's going to be expansion in volatility. Nothing much here. SOXX and SMH, again, similar to the Kospi. They don't look that good. They look better than the Kospi in the memory trade, but they don't look all that good either. I mean, semis still facing some resistance. Like there are other sectors that look way better. Like, look at anything in IGV. It looks way better than semis. These have been way stronger. These names have been absolutely taking off. Microsoft up. Palantir, huge earnings reaction up. Oracle has been rallying. Then you have today Team. Huge gap overnight. So, I mean, software looks like a leading theme right now. And semis don't look great, but again, another one I'm not really interested in shorting or longing, just probably watching for now. We'll see though, if it continues to fail at this area here, it just keeps failing over and over again at this spot, then maybe it can short it underneath, like say today's low. Let's say it breaks and rolls over through here, it could possibly short it, but not too keen, honestly, on playing it. SMH, pretty much the same thing as SOXX. A little bit stronger though, just because it has a much heavier weighting in NVIDIA. A little bit stronger, but still not really interested. AMD, Eyeing a possible short here because we see this big rounding top formation now. One thing though has been these rounding top or like in or head and shoulder patterns have been had a high, very high fail rate as of late. They've been failing the patterns. So that is something to keep in mind, but I'm still going to look at the pattern. I still see lower highs. So as long as it doesn't reclaim like 530, AMD doesn't look like a great chart and it's not struggling to stay above the 21 EMA. The chart doesn't look great. Upper wicks on these candles. Looks like it wants to roll over and is possibly forming a little bear flag here. So we'll keep an eye on that. A possible trigger could be today's low as a trigger. That also lines up with the high back in the beginning of May. So that could be a trigger to catch it roll over. And then a target could be maybe a fill of this earnings gap back from May. And that wouldn't even be that much lower. I mean, that'd still be 355. Would make sense. And that could even point to the 200. So it makes sense as a pullback. But yeah, possible short setup here I'll be watching with a clear invalidation probably at 530. First Solar got news today in the after hours of the solar tariff and import stuff, the price floor on the materials. So went up again in the after hours, 7%. Again, this has been my favorite stock for the last couple of weeks. I've been super bullish. Was extremely bullish on First Solar back in March, where we're buying at 185 to 190. That went up to 320 right after, and we sold there. Got back in July between 215 and 195, and now it's gone up to 260 again. So great trade so far. It's acted really well. One thing I was highlighting on Twitter and in the past couple of YouTube videos was how we've been seeing big prints over and over again on the Solar ETF 10. Gonna have to filter this for the last few days, but not sure if it's gonna work here, but yeah, can't see it, but if you guys go back to my video, you'll see it. In the past few ones, I've been covering how there's been a big print. There was a big print yesterday on TAN, and there were big prints as well in the last couple of days of July. Dark pool hits, so those guys probably knew that some headline was going to come out, and they were front running that. So it looks good for solar. This whole sector has been something we've really been focused on, and I'm happy to see it go up now. Last thing I'm going to cover today is CrowdStrike. Covered it in the last video, but a possible short setup here on CrowdStrike. I think we have that RSI divergence on the daily chart, bearish divergence. And as well on the weekly chart too, we kind of have it as well. Higher highs in the stock, lower highs in the RSI, daily chart, same thing. So thinking this can possibly roll over. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow might be a spot to add some more and can probably risk that yesterday high as the risk on that. So yeah, covered that in the last video, but same thing again, bearish divergence. One more I wanted to look at was Intuit. This has recovered off the lows. I'm going to just switch the layout. But yeah, Intuit, forming a little high tight flag. Not high tight, but a flag here. Surfing the moving averages. The moving averages are all curled up, and the stock has been recovering off that bottom where it's fully neglected down here. And it's after a huge drawdown of over 50 to 60%. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it, see if it can maybe do one or two more thin days inside and then possibly break out and move up to fill this gap near 400. Would make sense as a recovery target. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this too. One more I wanted to watch too was NVO, Novo Nordisk. This was a longer term thing, but on the 1 year chart, pulled back and bounced off the 21 EMA on the monthly chart. Probably due for a recovery, a green year. On a quarterly chart also, a capitulation candle here in Q1. and recovery last quarter, so I was thinking it'll continue up possibly to the 60s. On a 6-month chart as well, we saw an indecision candle right off the 50 EMA for the 6-month chart, so half-year chart. And yeah, it's done, as of now, it would be 5 consecutive half years with the stock being down. So I'm thinking it's going to rally and probably retest this 8 EMA. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything I'm looking at right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to like. If it's on Twitter, like it, follow me on YouTube, like and subscribe. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.